Good evening, one and all. Yoga has been introduced in India since pre Vedic times. This has remained a part of the lifestyle of the Indians from years. Yoga is an important part of Indian culture and civilization, in which there are properties of both physical elements of humanity and spiritual uplift. This is the ideal combination of knowledge, karma, and devotion. The word yoga is derived from Sanskrit, which means to join or to unite. According to the Bhagavad Gita, a person is said to have achieved yoga, the union within the self, when the perfectly disciplined mind gets freedom from all desires and become absorbed into the self alone. Here, BSc Ayurveda is conducting this virtual event on occasion of this 6th International Yoga Day. I would like to welcome you all to this special event, Yoga Amritam. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Sri Parvati for the prayer.
मैत्रीं भजताम् अखिलहृजेत्रीं मैत्रीं भजताम् अखिलहृजेत्रीम् आत्मवदेव परानपि पश्यताम् आत्मवदेव परानपि पश्यताम् युद्धं त्यजतां स्पर्धां त्यजत परेष्वक्रममाक्रमणम् मैत्रीं भजताम् अखिलहृजेत्री.
Thank you, Doctor. Next, I invite Dr. Manisha Manoj for the welcome speech.
Hello all. Good evening and extending our warm welcome to each one of you despite being in a critical environment have taken out your valuable time for attending this event. To start with, it is our pleasure to gather you all for today being a day of celestial and spiritual coincidence which may go down in history being the day of summer solstice, a solar eclipse and a perfect day to awaken the spiritual contrast as being the International Yoga Day. Hope we can reconcile our health, mind and spirit amidst the situation and a daily routine, and to start with our proceedings on BFC Ayurvada's Yoga Amritam, the event of the day. Taking the opportunity to introduce our promoters, Bright Future Consultant, a business conglomerate having roots extending from India to the soil of Arab nations, widely the United Arab Emirates. BFC Ayurveda currently is a start but firm initiative to tap out the hidden and yet highly potential applicational resources from the old book of Ayurveda as well as Siddha, and making it available to the global population to benefit for creating a planetary health community. As being a launch initiative, BFC Ayurveda is organizing concentrated efforts for marking its presence and spreading general awareness in Kerala. The programs currently extends to medical camps which are free accessible to normal citizens and awareness camps led by industry icons. We hope a new era of hope can be spread soon to the world to eradicate the novel virus, and BFC Ayurveda can be very well be a part of it. To mention a few soon to be revealed are the following projects: Ayurveda Information Centers, a combine to identify and launch new bud doctors, a flyer design campaign for doctors for social influencing, and a mobile camp to reach out to the needy. Our current focal projects are Vaidhyavandanam and Vaidhyanadam. Vaidhyavandanam is saluting the masters, an unique effort to merge the extreme of two millennials planned to make use of the product of new millennia social media to spread the reach of the ancient miracles Ayurveda and Siddha. Being a non-profiting initiative, we at BFC trust the product of the merger can be a well-lived future where now the common myths can become a regular practice. To explain the blueprint, BFC working groups are engaged in identifying the professionals and masters in the field of Ayurveda and Siddha. The search and identification are expected to extend globally and through thick woodlands where hereditarily practiced healing methods are still existing. Initiative also shelter in researchers, teachers and small-scale developers and manufacturers of Ayurvedic medicines, and finally not to list out clinics, Vaidishala and hospitals which are effectively performing and delivering to the society. The process of identification will be later given away to promote these groups through our social media platform by means of digital flyers or similar mediums, thus promoting these less known or locally established units to reach out to the global society and telling them to us what they have in offering which we believe can be benefited to millions in need. Not to extend it more, let me take this opportunity for welcoming our chief guest for today, Dr. Aravind. Thank you, Doctor, for allowing us time to share your experience and guidance. Dr. Aravind, being a recognizing young professional, have attended many national and international seminars and hold an international degree on yoga. We are pleased to have him with us to support us on our journey and today's gathering. So once again, let me take pride to welcome you all on behalf of BFC Ayurveda and our all doctors to our kind but honest effort to bring more souls under the solace of a great culture of Ayurveda. So thank you. Welcome to Yoga Amrita.
Thank you, Doctor. Now, I would like to invite our chief guest, Dr. Aravind CG, Director of SK Nursing Home, Mangad, Kollam, for inaugurating this virtual event Yoga Amrita and to make us aware about the benefits of yoga and to demonstrate few yoga postures on this special occasion of International Yoga Day. If anybody want to participate during this demonstration, all are welcome or try to understand the steps and can do it later.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you one and all for being here. BFC, the Bright Future Consultancy, as the name suggests, let it be a bright future for Ayurveda. A bright future for Ayurveda all across the world. Even though it has originated in India and UAE, let it have the wings to fly across the world and have its signature globally. I wish all staffs and doctors of Ayurveda all success on their venture to flourish the Indian system of medicine to reach the zenith of globe. As I am here, I will say some words about yoga and its importance. Yoga, the word which means yoga chitta vritti nirodha. It is the definition given by Patanjali in his Yoga Sutra. Yoga removes the fluctuations of the mind and gives clarity to mind. Just think of life as a view or vision through a lens. When there is mental fluctuations, there will be something like a colored lens or lens with a scratch that will block your proper vision and will not be able and you won't be able to view properly, means your vision won't be proper. When yoga is done daily, all these fluctuations of mind are removed, similar to the lens which is a crystal clear, and you have a proper vision of your life. Yujyade anena idi yoga. That means it's a join or combination or union. We experience oneness or union with yoga. The union of mind and body can be achieved by yoga. Also, the union of Sthula Sharira or the external body to the Sukshma Sharira, that is the inner soul. This can be achieved by yoga. Also, merging of Atma to the Paramatma can be done by using yoga in a proper way. Yoga karmastu kaushalam. It is a definition of yoga given by Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. The yoga will give excellence of karma or the works of life. Your karma or the daily activities will be excellent and satisfactory for you if you practice yoga in a proper way and daily basis. Next, I will speak some words about Ashtanga Yoga. Ashta Anga are the 8 channels or 8 paths of yoga. It is not understood by people nowadays, and people are just following the 2 angas alone, that is the asanas and pranayama as yoga. But actually it is 8-fold paths or the Ashtanga, which include yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana and samadhi. If we do this 2 alone, means the asana and the pranayama, it won't help you in a positive way. To attain the proper result, you should do all this in an order. Means all this yama and niyama should be followed by you at the prior. Then you should do asanas and pranayama. Speaking about yama and niyama, what is yama? Yama is something like ahimsa, satya, asteya, brahmacharya and aparigraha. Ahimsa or non-himsa, non-killing or non-violence. Satya or the truthfulness. Asteya, non-stealing. Brahmacharya, knowing the Brahma or the truth. And aparigraha, a non-greedy state of mind. All this should be there for you at the prayer. Next, you should follow some niyama or some code of conduct. Shauja or cleanliness. Santosha. Santosha, the word means happiness of you being yourself. Tapa. Tapa or somewhat like meditation. Tapas. Swadhyaya. Swadhyaya. That means self-study. Spending some time for you yourself to study. And Ishvara Pranidhana. Prayer to the Supreme God or the Ishvara for the wellness of the world and for everything. Understanding the Ishvara. All these are the general codes of conduct which should be done priorly before doing any yoga posture. Now, I will explain a yoga procedure which will benefit you in your life on a daily basis. You can do this daily, you can try it, and it will always benefit you for each and everything. It is Pavana Muktasana. Pavana Muktasana is an excellent yoga pose for the health of abdominal region by easing stomach heaviness, increasing blood circulation, nerve stimulation, and by removing the trapped abdominal gases as well as harmful toxins from the body. It is an important yogasana for the smooth functioning of digestive system. If digestion is okay, rest everything will get alright in a normal chance. So first, digestion have its own importance. That shows the importance of Pavana Muktasana. Pavana, the word meaning is air. Mukta. Mukta means to release or to remove. Asana, it means yoga pose. Basically, it's a yoga pose that helps in releasing the excessive gas formation within the body. It has many benefits like releasing toxins. Then it will provide you spinal flexibility. It is always good for sterility and impotence. Now, I will tell you some simple steps by which you can do Pavanamuktasana on a daily basis. There will be a video which is shown, which will explain you the procedure of the Pavanamuktasana. Lie down in straight position on your back or in supine position. Take some normal breaths. Inhale and raise your legs at 90 degrees. Exhale, bend your legs and try to bring your knees towards the chest. Clasp your knees by interlocking your fingers and bring your legs close towards your chest. Raise your head and touch your forehead with your knees. Do normal breathing now and maintain the pose. Now, first bring your head down. Relax. Followed by your legs. Releasing your hands. Raising your legs to back position, means to the perpendicular 90 degree. Bringing the back to position. Bringing the legs back to position. This is one round of Pavanamuktasana. Do it 2 or 3 times. So, what's the benefits of Pavanamuktasana? First of all, massage of internal organs. Abdominal muscles are compressed and nerves are stimulated, which increase blood circulation, thereby helpful for increasing the efficiency of abdominal muscles. In fact, this is the excellent yoga pose to give massage to your abdomen. Remove harmful gas formation in your body. The basic motto of this asana is to release the harmful gases, toxins and trapped gases from the body, thus enhance the effectiveness of different organs, relieves constipation. It makes digestion smooth and good to overcome constipation. Fat burning. Regular practice of this asana is helpful in burning of your abdominal fat. Weight loss. All this regular practice will benefit you in your weight loss as it increases the metabolism and core strength. Sterility and impotence. The regular practice of this pose is good to treat sterility and impotence as it exerts adequate pressure to the reproductive organs. Spinal flexibility. The practice of this Pavanamuktasana help to increase the supply of the blood towards your spine and increase its flexibility, especially at the lower back. Menstrual disorders. It gives suitable massage to the pelvic region and reproductive organs and soothing menstrual problems. Circulation, body blood circulation. This asana ensures effective blood circulation to the entire organ. Now, what are the precautions and contraindications of this Pavanamuktasana? Abdominal surgeries. Skip the asanas in case of abdominal surgeries if it is done within some 2 or 3 months. As it is affecting the core muscles, it will affect you. So, if there is any abdominal surgeries done recently, avoid it. Neck strain. One shouldn't practice if there is some neck problem or cervical spondylosis or any issues related to that. Pregnancy. Don't practice in case of pregnancy. It will affect you. Don't do any such asanas during pregnancy. Hernia. This is a condition which we should avoid any physical strain or exercises. So, if you are having hernia, you should avoid it. Pile mass formation or piles. Those who are suffering from piles shouldn't perform it. It will affect you negatively. Menstruation. During menstruation, no such asanas or procedures should be done. Hyperacidity, high blood pressure, heart problems, slip disc, and testicular disorders. All these conditions, if you are having so, you should avoid this asana. And the therapeutic benefits achieved by the Pavanamuktasana is weight loss, stomach release of stomach heaviness, constipation, then back pain, sterility, impotence, and always there are some preparatory procedures for this asana. For each and every asana, for attaining it or attaining the yoga asana or the state of asana, you have some preparatory procedures. And for this Pavanamuktasana, it is Supta Pavanamuktasana and Sulabha Pavanamuktasana. Supta Pavanamuktasana is that which is done by just raising one leg and bringing it close towards your chest and holding it tightly. By this only you can attain the normal Pavanamuktasana in an easy way. Next is Sulabha Pavanamuktasana. Sulabha Pavanamuktasana is a procedure which can be done for everyone if there is some neck problems also, because you will raise your head to attain the final posture of Pavanamuktasana in Sulabha Pavanamuktasana. These are the preparatory postures of Pavanamuktasana. Then there are also some follow-up postures or follow-up asanas. Means one yoga asana should not be done alone. It have a counterpart. Means when you are doing an asana, you are straining or struggling some part or some internal organs. That should be released by a counter pose. That each and everyone should be aware of it, so that you always need a yoga teacher for guiding you in a proper way to do the yoga. If you do it alone, this will affect you. You will be having some disorders or some conditions. To avoid that, this thing means a yoga teacher will always help you. The main thing is this, the counter posture. For the Pavanamuktasana, the counter postures are Sedubandhasana, Chakrasana. They are the reverse asanas of the Pavanamuktasana. Means now we are crunching our abdomen while doing this Pavanamuktasana. While doing the Chakrasana or Sedubandhasana, in the reverse order or the reverse spinal position is attained by this. And when you do it after the Pavanamuktasana, it will ease up your muscles and give you relaxation. Also, the thing you should notice is you should always do the preparatory procedures before doing this Pavanamuktasana. That is the Supta Pavanamuktasana and Sulabha Pavanamuktasana. While doing any exercise, you should have your relaxation of your body parts. So, before doing this Pavanamuktasana, you should always do these two asanas and then followed by the follow-up procedures. It is a vinyasa type of yoga that stretches the abdomen, lower back, arms, thighs and buttocks and gives strength to the back, digestive system and reproductive system. You can do it for the duration of 10 seconds or 15 seconds at first. Later you can increase to 3 minutes. The single stretch or single yoga asana can be done up to that much. That's about Pavanamuktasana, and by this I conclude my session. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor, for your valuable speech and demonstration. Now, I welcome Dr. Sri Lakshmi to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good evening all. I deem it a great honor and privilege to propose the vote of thanks on this memorable occasion. Let me, first of all, start by giving glory to the Almighty God for making today's occasion a resounding success. First and foremost, I thank our special guest, Dr. Aravind CG, Director of SK Nursing Home, Mangad, Kollam, who despite his busy schedule has found time to grace this virtual event, and I also express my heartfelt thanks to this valuable contribution. Secondly, I thank our all well-wishers who joined with us and BFC Ayurveda team for their entire support for this special event. I vow special gratitude to all BFC Ayurveda doctors, Dr. Manju Sanil Kumar, Dr. Unni CM, Dr. Sri Parvati, Dr. Gopika RS, Dr. Manjusha Mohan, Dr. Devika Govan, Dr. Manisha Manoj, and Dr. Aishwarya, who had worked hard to ensure that this occasion becomes a memorable success. Once again, I thank you all for your attention. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor. Now, once again, on behalf of BFC Ayurveda, we express our gratitude for all participants for your kind listening and effective participation. Thank you.
योगेन चित्तस्य पदेन वाचा मलं शरीरस्य च वैद्यकेन योपाकरोतं प्रवरं मुनीना पतञ्जलिं प्राञ्जलिं राणतोऽस्मि।